Before we get into today's video, I would like to offer our thoughts and prayers, as well as our condolences, to everyone affected by the tragedy in Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia.
Can they take the lead on this drive?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central. CFL content for the fans, by the fans, and the Hamilton Tiger Cats are making another splash in free agency as Keric Wheatfall is, or Keric Wheatfall. You know what? I've pronounced it both ways, and I can't remember which one's correct. He will sign over with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. He signs on a 2-year deal, I believe. Is that correct, Rick?
Yes, that is
Deal
correct.
over
2 years.
in the Hammer. So he joins all of the other Bombers that are over in Hamilton, joins fellow receiver Kenny Lawler. And I think this, for starters, I'm not going to lie, this, in my opinion, this is a loss that kind of bummed me as a Bomber fan. I was hoping that in terms of a depth receiver, Wheatfall, we were going to be able to keep. I thought he was very good. I thought when he wasn't producing, it was not because he was doing anything wrong. It was simply a matter of they weren't throwing to him. And I thought that he made the most, again, if you look at his 2 years, okay, he got 273 yards in his first year. Each one of those passes, though, he averaged 21 yards per pass. Second year, 655 yards, so big step up there. Still 15.6, so he's still well above 10 yards, with his longest being a 52-yarder. He had 4 touchdowns. He was very good for Winnipeg. It was one of those things where he was in a limited capacity because he was always behind that shadow of Nick Dembski. And then when Ontario Wilson came back in, I think that's really when you saw some of his passes become less frequent. And so I think, but I think in terms of his capabilities, I think he's a fantastic receiver. So I think this is a really good pickup for Hamilton. And he's only 26. He's young. So what do you think, Rick? You're the Ticat fan.
So a few things I want to mention. I'm going to give big kudos where it belongs. Big kudos to Ticat management because there were 4 signings today. This is one of them that they kept close pocket. No sources got out about any of the signings. It's just, this is what free agent is all about, where you can be shocked. Like, those people over on...
There's something kind of fun about it being just completely out of nowhere. You know what I mean? As opposed to the tampering window and everybody knows a week in advance sort of thing.
Like, between me and Carter, me and Nick, or me and John over on the Hamilton Sports Central today, or earlier today, where the 13-hour live stream, like, you can see it in my face. Like, the surprise, like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that signing or that signing. Like,
yeah. Well, it's funny. I wasn't even going to be joining you guys for the most part. I was just going to kind of phone in and say hi, and I ended up sticking around for like 3 hours.
Well, that's the thing with John and Nick. Like Nick and John were like the same thing. Like, they were only going to come in for a few hours, and then they ended up staying later than what they were, which is pretty cool.
No, it was a good time.
So for those that do not know, I'm gonna break out some of the history. Carter can probably justify to this as well. When Lawler was in Winnipeg, I'm pretty sure he was the wide receiver and Wheatfall was the slot back beside him.
I believe so.
So if that's the case,
kind of bounced around those spots. But if you're asking if that's a potential thing that you could see replicated in Hamilton, I think the answer is yes.
So Wheatfall will end up in Tim White's spot. The other thing that I like about the Wheatfall signing that other people haven't mentioned is he's gotten 8 30-plus yard receptions.
Well, and this is where I was even going to, what I was going to mention here is the thing that makes Wheatfall a better depth signing than maybe some other receivers that are considered depth signings. And when I say depth, I mean necessarily not top 2, potentially not top 3, depending, you know what I mean? Just because I think your top 2 are Keandre Smith and Kenny Lawler. But the thing that makes Wheatfall such a nice pickup there is that Wheatfall has the capabilities to be a deep ball receiver. If guys go down with injuries and you need somebody to, if Kenny Lawler goes down and you need somebody to step up, I'm not saying he's as good as Kenny Lawler, because I think Kenny Lawler is the best receiver in the league. However, I think he's certainly capable of being effective in that spot, especially with a guy like Bo as your quarterback. As again, he had good chemistry with Chris Streveler, which is one of those things where it's like Chris Streveler, not the thrower that Bo Levi Mitchell is. So if he's capable of having that level of chemistry with Streveler, I thought he looked very good kind of early on in the season. I have full confidence in him. This is a loss that I don't like. I will say I do think Winnipeg getting Tommy Neal at least kind of balances it out a bit, as I do really like Tommy Neal as well. However, I think that Wheatfall is a very, very good receiver, and so I think this is a very, very good pickup for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
With White gone and Keandre Smith still in that other slot, but on the other side of center, you know what? This could be potentially the year that, I mean, if Kenny Lawler can have career high numbers, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Wheatfall having career high numbers this upcoming season.
Yeah, but all in all, I think it's a very good signing. Is there anything else that you got there, Rick?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports stuff, and all of our announcements go there. So make sure you guys check it out. And we'll see you guys next time.